Joining us now is Dr. Gavriel Rosenfeld, president of the Center for Jewish History. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be with you.
Let's talk about January 27th. What is the significance of that date?
So that's the date, as you mentioned, that Auschwitz was liberated by the Red Army in 1945. What your viewers may not know is that Auschwitz, while it was the place where 1.1 million people were murdered, 1 million of those, 90%, were Jews. So it has the reputation of being the deadliest camp in all of Nazi-occupied Europe.
And especially here today, we've been talking about it a couple of times before it's come here, the Anne Frank exhibit opened today. A lot of people looking forward to see this. First of all, maybe you could talk about how this all came together, because you have this original place in Amsterdam and you brought the replica here to New York.
So the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam has curated this amazing exhibit, which, as you said, it just opened today. They've been looking to broaden their mission and their reach outside of Europe. They're usually welcoming 1.2 million visitors a year, and many people can't get access to the exhibit. So to come to the United States was very sensible. The Center for Jewish History has as its mission preserving Jewish history and mobilizing it to address present-day concerns, and we were the perfect venue for a partnership, and we've been really working quite energetically in the last several months to make it all possible.
Yeah, you said 10 months to get this up and rolling.
It was a very short runway.
Yeah. How was today? How was the reception?
We had a very smooth arrival of hundreds of visitors. We have sold tens of thousands of tickets thus far. We certainly encourage people to check out the website and find out when they can come. And we have an amazing array of programs, film screenings, lectures that will support the exhibit in all kinds of ways.
I mean, this is, sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, Anne Frank, one of the most well-known victims of the Holocaust, but how are you telling her story, and how does that impact, I guess, the story of people that were persecuted by the Nazis?
I think the Anne Frank story is unique because it's personalized. If you go to other Holocaust museums, which are all wonderful across the country or abroad, there's a lot of reference to statistics and political trends and structural forces. But this is the story of a girl who at age 13 had to go into hiding, spent 2 years of her life, and age 15 lost her life under tragic circumstances. And I think that is the kind of thing that people can empathize with.
And so important to remember. I mean, less than 220,000 survivors worldwide. Talk about just the urgency to share these stories, highlight these stories, and have people visit these museums.
Sure. So Holocaust survivors are a dwindling group. There are about 50,000 survivors in the United States. It's still possible to hear their stories verbally in synagogues and in public schools. But at the Center for Jewish History, we also want to amplify the fact that people can come in, study the past through documents and databases, and our new relationship with Ancestry, which has created a DNA reunion project, has allowed us to reunite families. We have a new research and reflection room, which also gives people the opportunity to look at literally millions of pages of Nazi-era documents in the hope to try and find access to their families.
And you're doing this for free, this Ancestry kit for Holocaust survivors, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, those 2,500 kits were donated by Ancestry very generously, and we've had the opportunity to really see families being able to pursue stories that were otherwise lost to them.
To get that kind of closure, I mean, what about those stories? I mean, that has to be so emotional.
I think healing and closure are really important for people who were personally affected by the Holocaust. Of course, for society in general, we have to always try and be careful about finding the opportunity to learn the lessons of this event, because as we know, the world is constantly a turbulent place, and history is one precondition for understanding present-day crises.
Dr. Rosenfeld, before you go, how long is that exhibit open for, Anne Frank?
3 months.
All right,
so
perfect.
please come by.
All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.